Hi guys, today we will fight against Talos. It's gonna be a manual gameplay for this boss. As always, against Talos most of the time we used to play manually, but don't worry, we got a very high win rate ratio, so you should not have to make a lot of try. And honestly, I prefer that kind of situation. I feel like it's better to spend like 10 minutes in playing the fights manually than retry 100 times auto fights because of high RNG that you can have against some of the different bosses in this content. So what do you need to do? You will have to use the skill 3 of Frost Morgan at the beginning of the fight to trigger as much as possible the bonus from the focus sets, especially on Archer, caliburn Archer. If you can, obviously use the wood relic of caliburn Archer. If you don't have the wood relic of caliburn Archer, then you should try to use another DPS like the frost relic of caliburn Archer. It should work even if you will not deal that much damage, or maybe even the Aqua Genever in Frost. I think it should also work, but something that you need to know: if you use another damage dealer than caliburn Archer in the wood relic, you will also need to change Nikkei, because she will not heal your different champs which come from another faction than Serpent. It is not a problem if you use caliburn Archer in the wood relic, because he has drain on the skill 3, so he doesn't need to have heal. But if you change caliburn Archer, then you will also need to change Nikkei. What do you need to know here? Yes, one specific important thing to highly increase the damage. I already explained it during the fight against Talos. I think the last Talos and the previous season. You will need to trigger the Chivalry one right here. You see, I triggered the Chivalry 1 Frost Morgan. I changed the Wither to Night because she used the skill below 50% of HP. And when you trigger this Chivalry, then you can use the skill 3 of Sigrun to reduce the attack of the boss, and you should be able to survive easily. If you don't do that, I mean, if you use the skill 3 before with Sigrun, then you will not got enough damage on Morgan to trigger her Chivalry. So that's why I highly recommend you to wait to trigger the Chivalry 1 from Morgan before to use the skill 3 of Sigrun. The problem of this boss is that he has a big damage, a big AoE damage. I don't remember the skill, but before to use this skill, he will remove all of the different debuff that he has. So it can happen that even if you put the attack down of the boss, when he's gonna use this skill, he will maybe kill all of your team. If you want to survive to this skill, then you will need to have very high HP on Morgan. Morgan is the main character that could die after this skill, because Nikkei, Sigrun, and Sigrun have enough HP to survive, even if the boss removes the different debuff that he has. And caliburn Archer has his passive that will allow him to survive anyway. But the problem could be about Morgan. That's why you will need to have a lot of HP on Morgan if you want to survive against this skill. Also, if you don't have enough HP on Morgan, then you can use Bedouin. Bedouin is doing a similar job of Sigrun, but you will not have as high damage as you can have if you use Sigrun. So this is a similar role, but Sigrun, yeah, right here you see he removes all of the different debuff and he dealt a lot of damage. Everyone was able to survive, but at the end of the fight he's doing even more damage, and this is where you would not survive. And that's why if you use Bedouin and if you look attentively before that you use the skill, you use the skill 3, you will increase the defense and share the damage, so you will be able to survive much more easily than if you use Sigrun. But as I said, Sigrun will also help you to deal much more damage, so find your own balance. If you really can't survive, then use Bedouin, and if you just need to change or increase the gear of Morgan to allow her to survive, then don't hesitate to do it. You will do much more damage if you use Sigrun. Well, not much more damage, but it can help you to reach the maximum score. What else to say against this boss? I think we covered everything. Well, I think we covered everything here. So let's wait the end of the fight, and then I will show you the different stats that you're gonna need. And well, can't show you the speed order, guys, because as you can see, I'm using the skill 3 on Morgan on caliburn archer only when the boss doesn't have only when the boss has all the different debuffs, and when the debuffs from Morgan hands, then I'm using the skill 2 again. So I have to swap between skill 2 and skill 3. It depends on the different debuffs that the boss has. So this is why I'm playing manually. This is not something that you can play in auto, at least if you want to optimize the damage that I did. And well, the fight is almost done. We'll wait. Here we will see that right here. it is the biggest damage that you can have against this boss, and as you noticed, I can survive to do this, but if you have like 2k less HP than me, then you will not be able to survive. This is the only big deal that you will have against this boss, and as you can see, we still have 8 remaining turns, 7, 5. Well, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Only 5 turns left. But well, even if you can't reach the maximum score, you should probably be able to geo more than 90 Hz very easily. So now let's check the gear that you're gonna need to have. And as you can see, after I'm gonna target Blazing Gorgos, and I will be done for the Griffin bosses this season. So classic damage dealer build on caliburn archer. I'm using the same build on all of my different damage dealer, and a lot of speeds with Vigor set and effect accuracy. For Morgan and Nikkei, nothing specific, just use Vigor sets and Unity sets. A lot of recovery obviously, and I'm using Sigrun with the mage dealer build, a lot of effect accuracy too. As you can see, she has attack percent on all the different items on the right. I use hit accuracy, I like to use hit accuracy for this content, and pierce on the bottom. So if you respect that, guys, you should not have any problem to geo a lot of the damage and a very decent score on Talos. And what do we have? Yeah, as you can see, a lot of people are also using Badwin, but as I said, it is more difficult to reach the maximum score with Badwin because he's not doing damage, and that's why I prefer Cyclone. So bye bye guys, I hope you enjoyed to see this video. What could I say? Well, nothing else. Enjoy the game, and see you soon for the next videos. Probably be around. Yeah, my next video is gonna be for the relic. I'm gonna show you the team that I use there, but it's mainly because of the missions that we have to do for the Netmarble content creator program. And if I don't do this video, well, I will not be able to give you the different coupons that we can have from this mission. And well, that's all I have for you guys today. Enjoy the game. See you soon. Bye bye.